Hello everyone. So I've been a little bit cold today. The weather blew in yesterday. It's been real nice up till yesterday. In the pluses, sunshine and snow melting for like 2 weeks solid. I got a lot of runoff happening. I'm sure most of you seen my last video, kind of anticipating the spring flooding and stuff. So we have the runoff happening right now, but we haven't got the spring rain yet, which doesn't usually happen for another 3 or so weeks. But anyways, so yeah, it's a little cold today. But what I want to talk about today is is making a Faraday cage, and the reason being, with all the scrap that's going on in Europe, we don't know who's going to get ticked off and who first, and what's going to happen. I think the logical, cheapest thing to do would be an EMP, which would be fast, efficient, without a lot of collateral damage, immediate collateral damage. So anyway, I'm not saying it's going to happen. To me, that makes the most sense of the next step. And I would like to do a couple things to be ready. And in case something happens, that's the whole idea. I'm going day to day, is be ready for the unexpected and take care of yourself. The other thing is corneal mass ejections, which, as most of us know, the sun has been emitting a lot more radiation, or more intense radiation, the last little while. And probably because of breakdown in our atmosphere and stuff like that, a lot more stuff is getting through. I'm not a scientist, but stuff that makes sense to me. The thing that I've noticed is usually northern lights are really visible around September, the beginning of September, right up to like the 22nd kind of thing. But over this last winter, we've had some crazy northern lights that are very clearly visible in the southernmost part of BC. And especially the last little while, and we're supposed to get another doozy tomorrow, being Wednesday, the second weekend or second Wednesday in April. So I figured, you know what, I should probably get on this Faraday cage thing, and I keep talking about. I did a small one, but I realized my mistakes in that it wasn't sealed properly. Probably wouldn't have done a lot. It might have helped, who knows. So I did some research and digging around, and I found the cheapest, easiest way to build a Faraday cage is with a microwave. Now, they're already designed to keep radiation inside, so it's not emitting it into your house. Now, some of the new ones, when I was a little kid, when they first came out, and you stand in front of that thing, you could feel your skin tingling. And they were hardcore. You get nothing off the microwaves nowadays. So I went to the dump, and I found this big one laying there, just off to the side where people drive in. So I thought, perfect, I can get on this. This is a big one. And so what I did was I seal up the entire outside with aluminum foil tape. And you can get this at pretty much any hardware store. And you can get copper foil tape or this stuff, aluminum. And don't cheap out and get the knockoff stuff. This has got to be real metallic foil. And this is basically just thick tin foil with a glue backing. So I taped all the seams, all the screw holes, all the vents on the outside, so that it's totally sealed there. And then on the inside, get this box out of here. And then on the inside, I did all my seams around where they join the metal. I did the hole in the center that holds the plate that turns. I did all the light baffles and the air exhaust. And I did any screw heads or riveting on there. And then the other thing was I covered, you can't see it because the thing's so stinking heavy. I covered the window in tin foil because these little holes in microwave windows will let the radiation through. Not a lot, but so I covered completely on the inside, and then I ran another piece of tape and then another piece of tape against the door frame so everything connects. Now when I put my little box with all my little electronics in there, I'm going to completely seal this door, which means every time I have to go in there, I'm going to break that seal. But I have a few extra or second electronics that I will leave in there, and I won't touch till I need them. So a few little things, a tablet in case I can get on the internet should something happen. I got a public band radio, a handheld ham radio, a CB radio, just a mobile base unit. Now I got the chargers, and there's other things you can put in there that you want to protect. MP3 players. I know it's not really a thing anymore, but I got an MP3 player with like 13,000 songs of stuff on it. That and their USBs for storing pictures, family pictures, stuff like that. And what else? Yeah, some different SD cards, a backup cell phone, just a cheap junk cell phone. And that's about it in there. There's a few extra batteries and stuff for the radios, and some cords, just a bunch of little things that I'd like to keep protected. So, and what I was thinking was maybe I shouldn't have them in this cardboard, because if that gets damp sitting in there, I won't be able to see it. And cardboard, once it's wet, will just, we're going to switch it out for something wood or plastic, so that any condensation or anything that make the box wet, conductivity doesn't go right through it. You don't want your electronics touching the metal frame inside your Faraday cage. You're just going to short everything out. So what I'll do, when I get a proper box for that, I'll put it in there, I'll seal everything up. Now the other thing that I've seen there's a lot of videos on YouTube of people doing exactly what I just did here. But one thing I've noticed that a lot of them have been doing is taking, look at that, I even got one here. This doesn't have a ground on it, but I'll use it anyway. They're taking the cord. Now a microwave cord does have a ground on it, but they're cutting the positive and the negative off, or neutral, and leaving the ground on and then plugging it into the wall. I see a problem with this for two reasons. One is electricity can jump. We all know that. If you don't cut these off properly, electricity could jump from your outlet to there, and you don't want that happening to start a fire with a spark or something like that. I can see the ground working, leaving it on. I can see the ground working to take an overload of electricity back into the system. Now the other problem, other than the spark, is if you got your ground wire, your ground on your cord still attached, the electricity has got to go through your unit, because these are grounded on the inside, usually to the housing, but maybe the motor or something like that. So now you're pulling all that electricity into your unit to take it back out. And I kind of see that being a problem, because you want to have all the electricity externalized on your unit. So what I'm going to do is I have a 6/0 wire that I'm going to attach to the outside of the housing. I'm going to seal that up with a bit more of that foil tape, and then I'm going to run it to a zinc, a rod that I already have pounded in the ground for my electric fence. And the idea is the faster your electricity can get away from your Faraday cage, the better it's going to work. So with all that being said, I hope it works. Talk to you guys later.